Good.
Yes, they have. And I hope you guys are ready. Invite all your friends. This is the first semi-finals of the SLTV StarSeries I-League Season 4. Team Liquid and Mousesports. With Liquid starting on the CT side, Mousesports on the T side, and only the one smoke in the flashbang. So that suggests that it's going to be sort of a one and done. Throw the smoke, throw the flashbang, and get up close with the Glock. We've seen it before.
Meanwhile, on the CT side, Team Liquid uses their utility to clear out A ramp, 2 flashbangs, and now NaVi is alone at the B bomb site. This is going to be a retake. He's got to get something done. You feel like he needs to get 1 kill for his team to make this retake possible somewhere, and they find absolutely nothing. This is going to be so difficult. Stiko and Sunny set up in a crossfire. There's Naf trying to get out, trying to gain a saging area for the retake. It's not going to happen. Sunny has such good position, and there's no flashbangs left for Team Liquid.
That smoke just helps him. He's going to stand inside there with his knife out. What an absolute champion. Stiko is going to take a kill. Chris coming in with 1. Oscar with 1 as well. Everybody getting a chance. So far, Robs, and he's going to get the last one. They all chime in. And the fact that Robs was a top mid with the P250 means he can, 1, take long-range fights against the USP, and 2, just be incredibly annoying. Even if he gets nothing done, just the fact that he's sort of there, they have to worry about it in the middle of the retake. You know, once 15 seconds have gone by in the middle of the retake, they have to think, oh, wait a minute. There was someone top mid, he could be right behind us. This is going to be annoying. So what a beautiful round from Mousesports. That worked perfectly. Was slightly assisted by the fact that, as you said, Liquid were engaged on the other side of the map. So just a bad coincidence for Liquid, you could say, as well. Yeah,
it's kind of a trademark of the Liquid CT Pisterons. They love being aggressive somewhere because they like to take some of the random element out of it by finding information. Here's a push through the underpass. 2 players watching it. 2 players down for Liquid. Great kills from Sunny. He's had a good start. And that kind of makes things much, much easier for Mousesports moving forward into this round. Only 3 players remaining on Liquid. Nitro is USP, no armor, no purchases whatsoever, so he's going to go for that AWP in the 4th round. This has been a great map for Mousesports recently. They have looked very deadly on it. Did the desk? If I remember correctly, did someone say it was they were probably the best team in the world on Mirage at the moment, or at least playing like it?
Yeah, I think they're getting to that level, and I mean, I'm excited about actually both these teams because they both play the fundamentals of the game really well, right?
Yes.
I think you can always expand, and you know, maybe if you want to consistently, if you want to win like a major tournament, you're going to have to add some crazy style to your play later on. Like you're going to have some more elaborate strategies. But I don't think you need it to just I think it's better to be consistently good at all the basics and then add in the rest later.
Yeah, you at least need like the crazy individual, right? And we know Mousesports has that. They've got Oscar. Oh, and when he's having good games with the AWP, he does get a little bit insane. He's almost he's one of those very dynamic guys. I think Liquid still has yet to find that character on their team, that kind of random insanity element.
Yeah, I mean, they have sort of glimpses of it sometimes, right? We've seen Elise take over games. We've seen Nitro have really high, but it's true it doesn't have quite the same flavor as the likes of someone like Oscar. Trying to push mid with a little bit of utility behind it, but ultimately they don't get that much done. So far they only have the 1 kill. Not that that really bothers me that much. I mean, it's a little bit annoying, but I think they're going to be all right. This is still pretty early on. The 4th round is going to be the true test of what the defense is going to look like here for Liquid. Okay.
Just tapping away through the smoke. It looked perfect. Grab that AK-47, Naf, and just run away. Save it. There's Sunny with the P250, more than willing to... Oh, God. Bless it all.
How has he done that?
Yeah. Sold his soul to the devil for that shot.
Yeah, I mean, it was well worth it, I guess. That did look beautiful. So, Naf is going to be on the run, and they are hunting for him. I mean, they have 3 Galils, so why not steal the AK back, even if it cost all the Galils. He doesn't have any armor, and he's a little bit worried. Oh no, this is not going to end well.
No, it's not. Sunny's going to get another kill, going to get that AK-47. It was Rops, actually, who finished him off. So that's the first 3 rounds in the books. Very quick, very clean. No surprises. And Nitro has that AWP, 4 M4s beside it. They only have 1 kit, though. That's on NaV, so a little bit scary. Those kills, the 2 kills helping him out to purchase that weapon. Oscar's got an AWP of his own. So obstacle number 1 is on the board.
Yeah, that AWP on Nitro. If he can shut down the first AWP buy from Oscar really early on, then that would be great news. They're setting up for a classic smoke execute, and I'm worried about this defense, Moses.
Yeah, it's going to be weird. The AWP isn't here whatsoever. It's over at the B bomb site, so that'll be blocked out. They're boosting up on Catwalk. They can rotate quick. They'll have to be cautious of mid, obviously. So Twist and Elige with a big job to do, and Twist is the only one really here.
And Robs with the Molotov, that was the one thing that was really the big difference here. Twist, you could see he has to move into it. He almost gets Chris, and that's actually better than I thought it would be. Elige dropping the bomb, so somehow just the 2A defenders here doing a better job than you could have expected, maybe. There's a good chance that the Twist would have gone down with no impact at all, but he did get the headshot in. So it's a 4-on-4 for the retake. And what's Sunny doing? Yeah,
he's going to be the insurance policy. He's actually flanking, so he's not going to be there to stop the defuse. That's Oscar who's coming through T-spawn with the AWP. So Liquid...
No, Oscar... He was about to flank into underpass. Someone has to be here to stop the defuse. They already have one huge flank coming in. This is a little bit too much. Sunny does come up with a massive double kill and make that a triple. Why not? Sunny's having a real game, you could tell early on here. Young Finnish talent, and he is absolutely turned up here for the semifinals. That's the big flank. I was a moment of pure panic in my mind, Moses, where I thought they were going to have a double flank, like one through CT spawn, one through underpass, while two people are defending against four. That would have been too much.
That's such a great hit. Obviously, it's funny because if that hit gets shut down just a little bit more, I actually think Twist was so close to being able to turn that round in Liquid's favor. If he gets that first kill, everyone behind Chris J was actually completely blind. So he's able to turn the corner and maybe get one more. That allows some more space to work with. And obviously, with the flank coming in from Sunny, there's not a whole lot of players from Mousesports. It didn't work out that way. Now we're getting this Palace push, and we saw this a number of times from Team Liquid on Mirage throughout this event. They love pushing.
And I think it's worked almost every single time as well.
Yeah, I don't have the stats on that, but...
I mean, I'm just making it up most of the time. Try not to... Just, you know, I'm getting old. My memory is not what it used to be. 90%
of the time, it works every time.
That's exactly what I meant.
Oscar with a pick-off. And Chris J. Here's what Chris J talked about in the interview is, you know, they've got Oscar, they've got Chris. There's no AWPer on the Liquid side of things, but Steel's going to be able to at least stop the plant. Chris almost gets out of the way. He makes it difficult, so Steel cannot get back into cover. But that's going to slow things down, and now the flank comes in.
Kind of a silly situation there for Liquid, for Mousesports. They could have checked the bomb site. They just didn't really want to. Yeah. You really have to clear out all of that B bomb site, I feel like. Or you need someone who's right on top of you covering when you're putting the bomb down.
Yeah. It's going to work out either way.
It will, but I'm just saying.
In the future.
Yeah.
But no, that is what Chris J mentioned in the interview, is kind of their mindset the last time they played Liquid and lost to them actually in the Swiss system was, we have such a big advantage in terms of AWPers. They don't even have a primary AWP on this team. We've got Chris J, we've got Oscar. You know, just by virtue of our AWPs alone, we should be able to win this series, and it didn't pan out that way. And Elige, I think he gets spooked by some footsteps as he's half blind.
That will be, I mean, the desk highlighted this problem as well, right? That will be interesting to see how that works out. Such a lot of AWPing power. There have been times in Counter-Strike where it seemed to be unstoppable, and there have been times where it seemed like people found a way to sort of get around it.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know what happens when you run out of money, and if you've built your team on the double, or maybe that's going to be a problem.
I mean, it's one thing that's always been the conversation about, well, especially with this roster change, that's kind of what's centered it, is can you actually get away with not having that AWP player? Can Nitro actually transition a bit more into stronger AWPing style? And we'll have to see. There's NaVi peeking off on Catwalk. That's a big opening kill, and that shuts down Sunny, who's been on a tear in the early stages of this game, so it's a good frag to find and a follow-up as well.
Who does that? Twist will go down anyway, so it's a good entry into the bomb site. Now long range here as Nitro will get only the one kill. Drops with a good return. That is such a ridiculous peek from NaVi. Getting the kill, then falling back through the smoke to pick it as soon as the grenade is out. I would be very mad if it was me. 5-0, and now NaVi pushing in a little bit further. That might have been too much. Steel now going to be alone. 1 versus 2, and the bomb is already down, and Oscar won't even give him a chance.
Now Liquid's coming into this very slow, and you have to desire more out of that defense of the A-bomb. So you have Twist and Elige there. Those are two of your heavy hitters, and they're not able to get a whole lot of frags. I think they've combined for 2 total in the past 2 hits onto that A-bomb site. So simply put, you do just need more out of them, and we're going to get a pause out of Team Liquid. This next buy out of them has to get them on the board and get them started, but Mousesports certainly looking to be the dominant force on Mirage that we've all kind of seen from them.
So, in just a short resume of that last round, NaVi gets 2 in the middle, but then the rest of Mousesports say, okay, if if we're losing middle, let's just push A, and then they win that fight, and that's enough.
They get the 2 kills, like just it was kind of like a, I don't even know if I would call it a contact play, because I think it was just a reaction to the fact they lost their mid presence. They just come through a smoke on A ramp, and Twist and Liege, whether they're not ready for it or whether they miss some shots, don't get the kills. So timeout is ending. The Brazilian spanking from Zeus, hopefully lighting a fire for Team Liquid.
I'm obviously, as people will know by now, a big fan of Brazilian barbecue, but I've never had a Brazilian spanking, Moses. So
I'm sure we could get that straightened out for you.
Yeah,
I feel like there's a way to do it.
All right. Well, you know,
perhaps
gotta try everything at least once.
Perhaps combine the two.
Sounds good. Will be a quick trade in the middle, as Steel will be taking down Sunny with a CSAT 75, and they do have a Mag 7 on Nitro. He's snuck up close to the smoke, hoping that someone's going to walk through. But so far, Mousesports have slowed it down a bit. Just don't want to run into any kind of craziness in this round.
Yeah, perhaps caught off guard by that aggression in mid. Going to figure out where they want to rotate out to. It is complete control for them in the middle push of the map. Stico and Oscar are going to work their way up, and Chris J in connector is a nice position to have. He can help his teammates protect them without the use of a smoke. Steel could be pretty dangerous. There's the flashbang in towards ladder room, clear that out. Steel hears all this. He knows they're close by. Naf's in the bomb site. Let's see where Mousesports wants to end up going.
Nitro and Twist aren't really going to find anyone over here, which is kind of a shame. Steel can get this kill. That's something. There's one. The second one. The bomb is down as well. More bullets than he would have had. Oscar, that's such a great defense. Almost turning this round. And might still have done just that. 35 seconds. The flank is in. Nitro's right behind. If Naf gets any damage on Robs or even the kill here, that is going to probably be it. Oscar using a Molotov there, trying to force someone out. That's an easy kill for Naf. And now with 20 seconds in a 1 versus 3. That's CSAT 75. Nitro, what are you doing?
That's just a sign of how this game has started for them, hasn't it?
It even sounded like it fired blanks, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like I want to see that from his point of view. What happened?
I don't know. I feel like it should have been an easy kill. Great round from Steel, obviously. Holding your nerve and holding the angle, even getting that dink. Wanted to go for the knife. Knifing people has, it's been a weird conversation around that lately, hasn't it?
Listen, I'm hugely in favor of it.
Oh, I am too as well. Yeah, I mean, you know, in the right situations.
No, in every situation. I think it's good. I think you should do it.
I feel like we have some tape from that NaVi SK game that would tell people that you were not in favor of it at that point.
Listen, that's just a, you know, I've changed my mind since, Mouz. I think it was worth it.
Yeah, perhaps. Chris J is down to 16 HP. Imagine that's got to be an op shot. Twist has fallen all the way back towards CT spawn. It's going to be a 5-on-5 retake. This is very ballsy from Team Liquid after their first win to allow so much space to Mousesports to get this plant down. And they're actually just now moving into position. So Oscar with the AWP is going to be holding CT spawn. This is going to be a tough battle to win.
Curious that Sunny, I think that Sunny should be rotating into middle by now. Regardless, an exchange of Molotovs, and Oscar's going to be out in the open for a couple of seconds. No one there to really punish him, and Lee's going to jump down. Shot right in the feet, and he goes down. Stika with a big double kill, and they just get shut down in this retake completely. I mean, they couldn't have known that Chris was at 16 health when he put the bomb down, but I'm still curious about the fact that he was allowed to get in and get the bomb down so easily. Like, there was no one shooting through the smoke, nothing, like no Molotovs to stop the plant. There's nothing going on there for Liquid. Like, one thing was that they weren't on the bomb side. That I can sort of accept that, but they can't just put the bomb down that easily, you know? Yeah,
this has been a horrendous start, and that A defense is looking awful for Team Liquid. Twist has 0 kills, Elige has 2, and those are the 2 primary defenders that have been there. So, I mean, if you're Mousesports, you almost feel like you can just go towards that A bomb site, lean on it, and see if Liquid can ever stop you, especially if they're going to be giving up the site like that. It was a double op setup as well, so curious to me that they didn't fight more for it, considering those ops not easy to retake with. Here's Nafly with that AWP. I think that shocks Chris J that weapon is out on the table. Good kill from Sunny, a follow-up from Naf. He's got to do more. He has 2. He knows Sunny is at the van. Going to go for the peek, but Oscar's got the angle. And Sunny keeps up his great performance. He's been one of the guys on this team that we look towards and say, not only is Mousesports playing well now, but they are primed with guys like Sunny and guys like Rops to be playing well for a long, long time.
Yeah, and those 2 players have not even reached anywhere near the peak of their careers, you have to assume. Like, they're still very young. They still, I mean, they have a lot of experience for how new to the game they really are, but you know, given a couple of years more.
Yeah, they're just going to get so much better.
It's going to get scary, isn't it? That was actually, we talked about this sort of the X factor, the craziness for a team like Liquid. Like, how can they match someone like Oscar? Maybe it is NaV. I mean, we've seen that a couple of times now in the tournament where he's the one that actually tries to sort of bring Liquid out of the slums. But it's been a little bit weird. He's got 10 kills, so he's doing a pretty good job. But now they're bankrupt again, Moses.
Yeah, they invested everything in that round. That was a risky purchase, but they didn't want to give it away. They had some money built up from some weapons that were saved. Obviously, the full losing bonus was built up. Now it's all gone. This is a disastrous start for Team Liquid in this semifinal.
Yeah, it really is.
And it just feels weird because it feels like they haven't even really fought yet, doesn't it? Like between the different the different strategies they've had, not really trying to hold on to the bomb sites, the retake strategy on the B bomb site and the pistol round. It seems like there hasn't even been a whole lot of there's not really any desire for Team Liquid to to get scrappy.
Very flat beginning for Liquid. This time they do try and push top mid, and well, that's freaky. Nitro will get the kill, but he can't really pick up the gun. There's Chris again with that dreaded MP7, Moses. We're gonna have to have a conversation about that with him.
Yeah, do you like it? You like it, don't you? Or were you you don't like it?
I don't like anything but the AKs on the M4, Moses.
A purist.
Yeah, I still think of the FAMAS and the Galil as relatively new introductions to the game that should have, that I don't trust.
I'm a big fan of the Krieg. I like it.
Yeah?
The dualies, obviously, I'm a big fan of as well.
Just absolute heretic on it.
Dualies are great.
Are they?
Yeah, they really are. You should use them next time you play, I promise you. You'll be delighted.
I got stuck in Counter-Strike such a long time ago that I still, when I don't think about it, I just buy AWP Deagle as a combo. I feel like that just goes together, you just have to.
Name a more iconic duo than the AWP Deag. Well, Elysian and Twist are going to be tested once again, and they have failed every test they've had up to this point, so we'll see if that can change. Sticko's waiting at A ramp. Oscar, Robson, Chris about to bust out of Palace, and it's a contact play. There's Elige holding strong. Nitro chimes in as well. This time, the defense is actually there, and they stop all progression from Mousesports.
And Elige was in the dead-on perfect position for that kind of play, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That could not be better. So sometimes that's what you need, just a small gift, and then you can start to get back into the game. We've certainly seen that before. It is pretty late, but if they can make this 9-6, I mean, then there's still a fighting chance. They can still make it work. So.
Yeah, they have a solid T-side on this map. I think if they get up towards 5, yeah, and 6 would obviously be the most ideal. But even if they get 5, I think they've given themselves a fighting chance into the second half if they're able to wake up. There's Twist with one as well. Triple kill for Elige. That's Twist's first kill of the game. Comes in round 11.
9-2. Better late than never and all that, Moses.
Absolutely. Elige is one of those guys you don't really want to run into doing a contact play. Like, if he has no flashbang in his face, if he has no smokes or nades coming around him, if he's not forced into some weird feeling, he's very, very precise, obviously. So that's the kind of guy that you don't want to make that happen with. They're going to go right back to it, though, aren't they? This is pretty cool from Mousesports. A nice kill from Nitro. That's going to speed things up towards the A-bomb site. Twist again. Here's the Nightmare. He's going to have to fall all the way back towards CT spawn. So it's going to be another retake.
Yeah, but I don't mind this. Now they have the man advantage. The bomb does not get planted immediately. In fact, the Molotov this time on Chris. So that's some of the stuff that we were asking for earlier. They actually do it this time. Stiko trying for the bomb plant. That's a good read from Oscar. He knows that's coming in. He's going to get the kill. And somehow Elige caught in the flames. That's a nice flank from Steel to take down Robs, and that means Stiko and Oscar are in a lot of trouble. They have to fight their way to try and stop this defuse. It won't be easy at all. Stiko gonna get one. There's still 2 left, and they just combine for a nice retake. NaV with the kit, and that will be Liquid winning the round, even if it was a bit expensive.
Yeah, here it is. Now you're seeing Liquid, the individuals, kind of take a few more fights, starting to get more and more aggressive. Well,
I'm sorry. I get these close angle camera shots
of the dead bodies.
Yeah, I really well, now that you said it like that,
I really like all of the dead bodies that we're looking at.
Yeah, thanks, Moses.
Okay, Liquid. I mean, it's crazy to me actually that Mousesports has this much money to be able to burn through. They built up so much, didn't they? They still have another buy after this, especially if they get a plant. Nitro and Twist, this time at the A bomb site. Elige will be on the rotate. Mousesports really beating the dead horse with these A hits. We'll see if this one can pan out. They've lost the previous two after having so much success. Good kill from Twist. Elige coming through the smoke, misses the shots onto Chris J.
I'm not sure I wanted Twist to jump up there. He got the kill, but I feel like that also lost him the bomb site as soon as he went down. Like
Well, he's the only defender inside the bomb site. NaV needs this kill if they want to have an attempt at the round, and it's not. Sunny with the spray control going to get the headshot. Steel working his way into the site. There's no chance of him winning this. A 1-on-4, and they have players in mid just to watch for the bomb. Yeah, I mean, he gets one kill, right? It's the thing that's causing problem for Liquid on those A hits is Chris J running into the site for the bomb. Everyone else from Mousesports is waiting back by the choke points. You're not even committing to the site. And that is perfect for this kind of a retake strategy because you're already in prime position for the bomb to go down, which Liquid is essentially letting happen. So, if Twist kills Chris J with the bomb as he's the only one running into the site, that makes things much easier. Unfortunately, peering over the smoke, he couldn't see him. He got one kill towards the boxes, and then Chris J is able to trade it out.
A rough beginning to the game. 10-3. Liquid now fighting to get the last couple of rounds, but they really don't have a lot of equipment. And here's Chris with the MP7 again, trying to make it work. He's going to get the kill on Steel. Oscar getting one on Nitro. Still got a couple of bullets left. He finds NaV in that corner. Might be time to reload here, Chris. Only 4 bullets left, so there it is. Still the 3-on-3 as Oscar will pick up one more kill. He's just completely unstoppable. And there's that ludicrous MP7 again going to work. It does just trigger me, Moses. I can't lie.
It is kind of dirty what he's able to do with the mobility.
If I play any of you guys out there in matchmaking, you buy the MP7, I'm just going to quit the game. I'm just going to leave.
That's how you beat Anders. Yeah, this is really tough. And with so much success on the entries into the bomb sites, I mean, Oscar's been able to just sit back and kind of hold ankles with that ADP. We haven't even had to see him get into that kind of dynamic combat opping that we know he likes to do. Especially that round. You saw NaV, actually. He makes a super aggressive play because he knows if his team is going to win that round, he needs to take out Oscar with the op, and it doesn't happen. 5 CZs on the board for Team Liquid.
Trying to flash their way into middle, it seems, eventually.
Yeah, not a bad idea. They've got to time it well, and Mousesports has slowed this down in a massive way.
It's like one of the, you can't, I mean, if once you peek in here, they're either going to be close or they're going to be far away. And if they're far away, then you lose. And if they're close, then you've got a chance. And it's kind of hard to know which one it is. Pushing up aggressively, Steel over at the B hallways. I think that's a good idea. I mean, you might as well try. Maybe you could get a flank in. Of course, Chris is over here. And Mousesports, I think, are playing this round smartly.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, they know they have the advantage in the economy. They know they have, you know, that it's Liquid who's kind of got to make the play if they want to come back into this round, if they want to win this round in the end. So just waiting for said play to be made and then punishing it with their far more advanced weaponry. I made that sound like they have like alien guns.
Yeah, I had a whole universe of ideas brewing in my mind, Moses, when you said that. It was good. I like that. Good little kill coming in there for Nitro. And now they are walking into a 3-way crossfire, but as you said, they don't quite have the weapons to really do this. Although Steel and Twist, long range even with the CSAT 75, and somehow they turn it around. Liquid with almost a bit of a shocking round here at the end. 17 seconds means there's absolutely no way Sunny can do this. They simply doesn't have the time for it. Yeah. And there's the refrag coming in. So I really feel like a lot of what happened in this first half was down to, on all of the rounds where Liquid had guns but limited grenades, those A rushes were just, or like those A executes were just so effective.
I think it just took Liquid too long to... maybe not. I mean, the A defense was just so weak at the start. Remember, like, Twist didn't get his first kill to the 11th round, which doesn't help anything. They played retake a bunch of times, which is just giving over free bomb sites to Mousesports.
But don't you think if they had had full grenades in some of those rounds, they would have put down a lot more defensive Molotovs, and like it would have been harder for people to just run into the bomb site like they did. And then as soon as you know there was a chance that there was sort of more weaponry, they played it much slower and sort of tried to look for stuff. So I really felt like every time Liquid were a little bit down and a little bit on their knees, then that's where Mousesports just went for it. quite a good combination, I think, of like aggressive style and then slow at the right times.
Yeah, that was, I mean, that was a very good T-side, all things considered. It's not all about kind of the decisions that Liquid made. Here's that pistol round that Liquid ran against SK. Mousesports handling it much, much better, although they do have 2 players trapped in winner. Now, Liquid with the bomb planted now cannot lose too many players at this point in the round. Good kills from Elige coming out. He's holding on to window room very nicely. Sunny's trying to come behind. Steel is going to win that one out, and that should seal the pistol round for Team Liquid. Although Elige gets a little bit aggressive. Rop's now with the chance. He's got 2, and he's turned this around.
This should not be happening. 2-on-2. There's NaVi for the long-range kill. And Rops realizes he's got no more time. He still gets the headshot. Looking for one. He's got the triple. A couple of bullets. 3 of them left, and he can't find NaVi. He really wanted to chase him down. Is there a kit somewhere? No, he's going to have to run for it. That is still a good example of just the power of Robs. Really clean kills. NaVi staying alive. Liquid winning the pistol round, which is obviously a must-win round for them in this case.
And you saw Rops at the end run over a teammate's kit that had fallen. If he had picked that up on the way in, that could have been a real possibility of actually winning that pistol round out of nowhere. I thought it was a fun kind of small Twitter discussion, I guess it would be, or a cool tweet. I believe it was Dupree talking about Zonic from Astralis. Did you see that one where he said 11-4 is like the most comfortable lead or the most uncomfortable lead you can have in terms of a comeback? Yeah. Because it's just enough that you feel really comfortable with what you've kind of built up and you feel really solid with the kind of first half you've had. But, you know, close enough to where, you know, you lose pistol in the first gun round and then all of a sudden they're back into it.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. It looks like it's a really big lead, but you're right, it can get closed in pretty quick. Jump, and Stiko's going to realize someone's here. They do have a 4-man stack at the B bomb site, and with that kind of headshot, you get a bit worried for Liquid. There's the follow-up from Stiko. Chris going to get one. Now they must get this next kill. Twist with a good double, but then Stiko on the site and Robs with a headshot to close it out as Liquid completely break down in this second round of the second half. That was devastating, Moses.
Yeah, you hate to see it. Just a blind stack towards the B bomb site. It works perfectly. Liquid decide, and this is kind of a trend of their Mirage. It's not the easiest thing to figure out. Liquid love going towards that B bomb site when they know it's going to be a low buy for their opponents.
That was like if you've been, it's like a night out when you've been drinking and you just got your kebab and you drop it on the ground. That's how sad that was.
That's not a bad analogy at all. Yeah, all over the place. You're like all over your T-shirt or something like that.
On your shoes as well, and you're like, oh, but now I have to take a cab and there's like kebab dressing on my shoes. And
brand new Ultra Boost as well, like the limited editions.
Yeah, that was awful. I dislike everything about that.
It did feel very uncomfortable.
We can try and contrast that round maybe with how Mousesports ran some of those rounds, because they essentially Liquid said, what if we rush B into potential C-set 75 buy? If I told you that, if I said, Moses, I'm the captain of this ship and we're going to rush B in the second round.
There's a 50-50 chance.
Would you be like, yeah, great?
Listen, you're the captain.
You do what?
That's the way it works. I was a soldier, Anders. I followed orders.
All right. I really appreciate that. Good to know, Moses.
But after the fact, when we have those review the demos, I just be like, you are an absolute idiot. Well, here's a pop flash over. There's the SMGs out again, and Chris J from Catwalk, and this is quite nice for Mousesports. They're making it look easy. Like it doesn't even seem like they're challenged whatsoever. They're having a great time. Nitro jumps out, and Chris J and Stiko just had them fooled that whole time.
Yes, they did. Sunny's still on top with 17 kills, but the rest of the team is just like so close behind him that I'm not even sure it matters anymore. I mean, he just did such a good job in the first like 5 rounds that was enough for everybody else to say, all right, if that's the game we're playing, then let's just go for it.
Yeah. Well, what does Team Liquid do here? You have to save, which is unfortunate. That's going to allow Mousesports to get up towards 14. This is looking pretty much over. We'll see what Team Liquid has in store when they get the rifles out. They would love a plant here. Obviously, not getting the plant in the last round hurts very much considering the investment they have. Rops, we've seen what he can do. There's no flashbang to pop flash through this. They're just going to have to pray to the gods and run the gauntlet. And that nade, God. This is going to be beautiful. That's actually not as great as I wanted it to be.
I mean, that is still, if you combine all the damage
it's a little over 100 damage, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe even more than that. Very, very good. And considering they don't have anything else, they are just going to get chewed up by the rifles right afterwards. So 14-5. Maybe, Moses, they could sue for peace, you know?
No. They've got them right where they want them. 14-5. If 11-4 makes you feel comfortable, 14-5 makes you feel way more comfortable.
All right, so they've lured them into a full sense of security.
Yeah, here comes the sucker punch. They're going to do them like Houdini.
Can't wait for that. That's going to be exciting. Oscar with a good triple. He's competing with Sunny for the top at the end of it. Really an unbelievably slow start here for Team Liquid, who seem to have not even really shown up on the first map at least. Yeah,
which is not what you want to do, obviously, in the semifinals. Smokes are out. There is a gap in that. I believe Liquid threw that yesterday, and that gap kind of punished him. And yeah, look at the view from Oscar. He's loving this. Although Nitro is aware of it, finds that kill. Good frags from them. Sunny and Stico have to be very careful how they decide to come through the smoke, and there he is peering up the stairs. I don't think NaFly saw that at all, but Stico with the Molotov going to force him out into the open. There's Naf swinging wide, taking the fight, but Stico knows he doesn't have to overcommit, and Nitro goes down as well. Elige in a 1 versus 3, and there's so many smokes, nades, and Molotovs on the Mousesports side. That's a great kill. He's found a one-on-one with Sunny, who is not ready for that, but the Molotov, he's got to get in front of it. And that gives Stico the advantage. Too much utility for Mousesports for Elige to even think about winning that.
Yeah, good illustration though. What happens when you can retake with that many grenades? Like that's a good round to just sort of contrast a lot of the other rounds we see on a retake where people really don't have anything. 15-5. So at least it's educational, Moses. You know, it's at least it's that.
I feel like we've had a lot of educational moments in this tournament. We could make like a whole 1980s like retro throwback like education style video.
I would love to do that. That sounds like a really good idea.
All the content.
All the content. 15-5. So, I mean, this is kind of shocking. I bet Liquid are shocked too. They're gonna have to have a pretty good reset between these two first maps and figure out how to get mentally into map number 2, which will be on Cobblestone, I believe.
Yes.
It's not the worst map really for them either.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's be fair as well. This is Mousesports' pick. Now, obviously, you want to see it be competitive, right? But I think a lot of people would have said that Liquid is going to lose this Mousesports or lose this Mirage game to Mousesports, who's looked so very strong. I mean, remember as well, if we go back to yesterday, Anders, in the game we casted between Liquid and SK,
yes,
Liquid lost Mirage to SK 16-9 to open the series up, and we were saying the very same thing heading into Cobblestone.
Yeah, that's true. I just felt like they looked so much more competitive against SK, you know, even though they only got 9 rounds. I think we even said that was like a slightly deceptive scoreline. I was encouraged by Liquid's game yesterday, certainly.
Okay. Not encouraged by this one whatsoever?
No, in fact, I just want it to end. Stico does go down, and it's not a bad kill for Chris, but too much of an angle for Steel, who peeked very wide in that one. Elige gets a nice long-range shot against Robs, and Sunny is dropping fairly low, trying to go in for the flank there. Elige absolutely onto it, so really good stuff from him. That probably closes the round.
Yes, it should, and Oscar should be backing away as well right now. With that AWP, he can be relatively safe and trying to get a kill, trying to take 1 or 2 more guns away from Liquid, but no reason for him to risk the AWP, and this is a good call from Mousesports because this is what makes these kinds of lead. I mean, obviously 15-5 is a little different, but these are the kind of plays that make, you know, you feel comfortable at 11-4 or, you know, 12-5 or something along those lines where you want to go for this retake. You're like, we have so many rounds to play with. Why don't we just try and win this 2v3? And you lose the AWP, you lose the AK-47, you have to rebuy everything, and then your economy is in the pits, and then you force buy maybe once or twice, and then all of a sudden they can't get back into it because they have your economy just completely beaten up.
I can't handle it.
Do you think they hired someone specifically to be like, your entire job for this week is just to be able to find artistic dead bodies across the map?
Yeah, I hope so. That'd be a great job description, really. I think it's good. It's a good idea. Obviously, the rag dolls of Counter-Strike are, you know, kind of, they do end up in funny positions. So why not try and do it? 15-6, ladies and gentlemen. 22nd round coming up now. Double up on the Mousesports side is obviously bad news for Liquid. We saw how much damage that could do in the first half even. That's when they were on the T side. Might be even better on the CT side.
Oh, this is not ideal for Twist. Chris J holding the angle with the AWP. He's committed to this as well, and he's going to feel really comfortable with Oscar watching for mid. Sunny's in connector as well, so no one can come behind Chris. That's a missed shot. Now, Twist. That's what happens when you miss, but Oscar's going to respond. There's the insanity. Although great spray control from Elige. Transfers up towards Sunny, peering over the smoke, and Naf. He knows he can duel 1 a day with all the presence in middle for Mousesports. He knew he could find a one-on-one, but Oscar, you almost feel like he was going to turn that around. Stico is the only one left on Catwalk, trying to take out the planter, but a good shot from Nitro. They were both brought low. That's a 7th for Team Liquid.
Yeah, that really is moderately insane. You've got one open underpass. That's already on the edge. You know, just pushing down there with the AWP. Then he goes down and Oscar says, "You know what? I'll just jump out the window and get that kill.
I will avenge you."
But I mean, it's obviously the beauty of watching someone like Oscar play, and it's one of the reasons why it can be very hard to play against him, because you can't really prepare for that. Now, AK's all around, 15-7 here, and a nice attempt there. Chris doubling up on the underpass aggression, but he's going to get shot down by Nitro, who's put on 9 health, so...
Yeah, Stico's on 1 HP though, but Oscar spots the head, almost gives Twist a haircut. Sunny now over the smoke, finds one, transfers down, can't complete it. And Stico is in a very critical position for defense, but he's only got 1 HP, and Steel is making a play and a half.
Almost finding it. In fact, he spotted Oscar. So, Stico shooting him in the back. Oscar turning around. The timing was off by about a second, and that would have been it.
Yep. And actually, if Steel turns in towards window room, obviously you can't know that. That's a free kill on Stico with 1 HP, essentially. So, Liquid have a decision to make.
Well, look at where Robs is.
Yep, this could turn things, this could make it dicey. Although he's only got a UMP, which is unfortunate, but Nitro's got no health. It's got to be a good fight for Robs. He's not even going to try and get away. Oh, what is that? As he retreats. Oh, Twist goes down, and that could just be the end.
Feels like the end, Moses. 1 versus 3, and Oscar will take him down. An absolute spanking delivered by Mousesports.